Expect to be who?
Brazil.
Still.
So actually, we should be offering you less than we've just offered you, because our profile is going to go shoom, and your profile is going to go or. So either going to go or, and we're going to go shoom. So this could possibly be my greatest David Brent moment. 2 profiles. Joshua Wilder, shum, or shum. But either way, see that?
We talked about it in my last video, so it's no need to really talk about Wilder too much in this video. We're going to focus on Joshua and Povetkin, which is now fully official. We knew what was happening. It's fully official, September the 22nd at Wembley Stadium tomorrow here. This was an actually good interview. You know, I try my best to stay away from like watching, you know, certain interviews for certain reasons because of, you know, but this was a good interview. I watched it this morning. This was actually me watching it, and I was like, yo, this is pretty good. And also, I'm going to New York tomorrow to be at this press conference. Right now, it's what time is it? Right now, it's 2:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July the 16th, 2018. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live.
About half an hour. We fly to New York for the first Povetkin Joshua press conference tomorrow in New York, and then Wednesday we're at Wembley for the press conference there in London. So up and running, going to be building the card for that. It'll be a big card. It's a big fight. About half an hour. We fly to New York.
But tomorrow, the 17th in New York, they're having a press conference for Joshua and Povetkin. So obviously both fighters are to be in attendance. Eddie Hearn, Kugan Cassius, you know, Matchroom USA. Also, Povetkin team should be in attendance as well. And they're going to be launching this new streaming platform right here called DAZN or DAZN. You know, I think it's a ridiculous name, but we already talked about that. Moving on. Fighters are like Demetrius Andrade, Artur Beterbiev, as we've heard. Possibly Maurice Hooker. Some other fighters that are yet to be named are going to be there that are signing to this new streaming platform. The rumors are guys like Keith Thurman, Gabriel Rosado, you know, and, you know, Jared Hurd. But only time will tell, and we will see. So the streaming service is supposed to cost $9.99. So, for example, for those who don't know, if you want to watch Joshua versus Povetkin, or any Joshua fights going forward in the future here in the United States, you have to watch on this platform. You'll be able to watch on your PS4, your Apple TV, your Xbox, your phone, your tablet, all your little streaming shit. It's not on Samsung TV yet. They haven't announced it, but we'll see. I'm a Samsung guy. But moving on. I feel a big reason why Joshua versus Wilder is not happening and it's Povetkin is because of the broadcasting issue with DAZN and Showtime. So, for example, Wilder, even though he doesn't have a contract, the loyalty of it is he's a Showtime fighter. You see what I'm saying? Just like Anthony Joshua is a Sky Sports. Even though he may be signed with Sky Sports in the zone or whatever, he's their fighter. You know, that's how Al Heyman fighters work over here. Even Eddie Hearn himself talked about in this same interview about how, you know, there's resistance, you know, and there has been resistance when he's been trying to get into this market over here in the United States. And rightfully so. He's trying to squeeze in. We got ESPN, you know, who's putting on a lot of fights. And then they got the ESPN Plus. You know, you got Showtime. You got HBO. And then you got, you know, the little cards out there. Like, for example, you got Golden Boy putting their cards on, you know, on Facebook along with main events. And that's, you know, it's a lot of competition. He's got to have the names, you know, and he knows that everyone is watching. But moving on, I'm hoping that Anthony Joshua is not sleeping on Alexander Povetkin. Now, mind you, I've seen the last probably maybe let's go look at it. Let's go look at it to be sure. It's good to be sure. I started covering Povetkin around 2011. So see, I've covered all these fights on YouTube. I covered the Chagiev fight. I don't remember this one, but I covered Hook. I covered Rockmine. It's crazy. I covered these fights of him, and I've noticed with taller fighters, he has had some issues. Even if you go to the Johan Duhaupas fight, there were some issues there. David Price, before he knocked David Price out, he was having some issues, and I'm hoping that Anthony Joshua is not, sleeping on Povetkin, because the last thing he needs to do is lose, because then, as Eddie Hearn was making that joke right there about, even if Wilder does fight Brazil, if Joshua loses to Povetkin, which he shouldn't, if he loses to Povetkin, then, he's going to have that O that has gone. The O has to go, and then Wilder's going to use that as leverage. And in fact, hell, he's going to lose his titles. He's going to have to fight Povetkin again. So, it's a very dangerous fight, especially with, Wood Matchroom and DAZN and these sponsors. There's a lot of money behind Anthony Joshua right now. And I personally feel, I'm starting to feel that Anthony Joshua, since Floyd Mayweather is not fighting anymore, even though he hasn't officially retired, I feel that right now Anthony Joshua is over Canelo in regards to marketability and global appeal, especially since he speaks English. I think that I'm saying this, and of course we got Canelo versus Golovkin that's going to be happening. That's going to be telling right there. But I'm saying this: Canelo is well more known in the United States than Anthony Joshua. But I'm wondering if to get the appeal of him over here, how long is it going to take for American fans or casuals, to be like, oh, wow, I want to watch him, this Anthony Joshua guy that's been, we've been hearing about, fight on this DAZN platform. He's going to have to be making his rounds over here on American networks. He's got to show up on motherfucking what is it? Good Morning America. He's got to show up on Regis and Kathleen Lee. He's got to show up on fucking ESPN, Fox Sports. He's got to really start making his rounds over here. Him and Povetkin too. If they want to have a successful launch, they got to put that, that work in, Also, it would be funny if Wilder shows up to the press conference. If I was him, I would. If I was his team, I'd be like, listen, go there and show up to that press conference. Get on a plane, go to New York and be at that press conference. If Deontay Wilder wants to know, somebody let him know what a press conference is. I'll do it. I can't let you guys know, but, But anyway, moving on. It's like this, right? Anthony Joshua is the A side. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's got 3 titles, and the money that he brings in, they're going to make this $90,000. And don't be surprised if they try to push it to 100. But right now, it's going to be, the UK fans are going to buy those Anthony Joshua tickets up. They're talking about they're expecting to sell out. I would be shocked if this doesn't, do 90,000 just with the appeal of Anthony Joshua alone, And what Wilder has to do is he has to go. And if Wilder, his team, what I'm trying to figure out what chess move they can pull, because Eddie Hearn is so ahead right now when it comes to the heavyweights that he's already saying, well, hey, listen, we got Joseph Parker. We got a Joseph Parker, Dylan Whyte. If Dylan Whyte wins, then we'll do, Joshua Whyte 2 in April. If you don't know, Joshua's fighting September the 22nd this year against Povetkin, and then a to be announced opponent to be determined in April of next year. They wanted to be Wilder, but, it's still plenty of time until April of next year, So in regards to what if Dylan Whyte loses to Joseph Parker, then, Eddie Hearn can hit you with what is true. Well, we got to fight the winner of Pulev versus whoever, because that's our IBF mandatory. You see what I'm saying? So if with the way things are going, we could very well see, Wilder Joshua happen next year around this time, September or so, It's not good, man. It's not looking good. And then with this new network, because you can say it's a service, Showtime Anytime is a streaming service too, where you can watch Wilder fights. So let's say you got, Showtime and the Zone. They're going to have to come together to make this fight. And then what's going to happen? The fight's going to have to be on either Showtime pay-per-view over here in the States, or and then fans will have the option to buy for $9.99, or how much this streaming service is going to cost, or will they do it in a pay-per-view style? It just, But right now, Joshua and his team are calling the shots. They calling the shots. They are calling the shots, and it's not sad to say, but in order for Wilder to get this fight, he's got to take that $15 million. Maybe Eddie Hearn to be generous in his team and be like, all right, listen, we'll give you, the same deal we gave Joseph Parker, 34% or whatever it is, or 33% or whatever, but they're just trying to give him a flat rate on a big ass fight like this for Undisputed. It just don't make no sense. A flat rate doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. A flat rate doesn't make any sense. But however, the fight got to happen. And looking at the things on Wilder's side, in the video I did yesterday, in fact, his options are slim right now until Tyson Fury's ready. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Expect a lot of content. It's going to be how many miles is it from? Let me see. How many miles is it from New York? From Philly to New York. Well, anyway, I'm going to be on a 6-hour round trip, about 400-mile journey, or something like that, from here to New York round trip. And we're going to go talk to Eddie Hearn. We're going to go do this press conference, and we're back in the high life again. All the doors that were closed once have opened up again. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.